Okay, thank you everybody for coming this morning. I'm so glad it turned out to be so nice. Today, let's just focus on a little bit of self-care. So once more, making sure everything you choose to do feels right for you. And today we're going to start in an unconventional way, coming to our bellies, making a little pillow with the hands, just laying on your belly on your mat, please. But know that if you would like to just lay on your back, feel free to do that too. Just taking a couple moments here to allow your whole body to settle into the ground. Allowing everything to soften as you arrive. And begin to connect to your breath. Notice how easy it is to connect to the diaphragm in this position. And we call this pose earthing. So perhaps you can envision as you inhale, you're drawing energy out of the earth. And on the exhale, you let go of something, just allowing your body to get a little bit softer. Deep filling breath, sensing your whole belly and ribcage expanding 360 degrees. And exhaling, softening down. And take a moment to notice how your shoulders are feeling today. Connect to your lower back. Now notice all of those areas of your body that are the most in touch with the ground. So imagine if you were laying on a memory foam, what areas of your body will be sinking into the memory foam. Notice how those areas shift as you inhale and exhale. Connecting to how the breath affects the sense of your body in relationship to gravity, the density, the volume of your body. Let's take another deep breath here. So this time fill up all the way, pausing at the top of the inhale. And when you're ready, exhaling completely empty, pausing at the top of the exhale. No holding, not straining. And when you're ready, let's bend the knees and windshield wiper the feet side to side. Release the feet, and right from here, let's activate the back body. So bringing the hands under the shoulders, you can press the top of the feet on the ground and lift the kneecaps as if you're pressing all of your toenails down. And notice how the front of the thighs activate. And on the breath in, lift in the upper chest and perhaps the hands into an active cobra. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other, creating space in the front of the chest. Keep the neck long. Inhale. Exhale, press the hands down and very slowly shift back into child's pose. For this child's pose, choose a place that feels spacious for your lower back. Keep in mind that keeping your knees towards each other gives your lower back a stretch. Separating the knees allows the lower back to have a little bit more space so you can settle deeper into the hips. Whatever feels most nourishing right here. And in this pose, bring awareness to the front of your chest. And notice how the front of your chest is feeling. As you breathe in, allowing the ribcage to expand 360 degrees. As you breathe out, subtly softening a little bit more into this shape. This is a great moment to check in with yourself. How are you feeling today? How are you arriving physically? energetically, but also mentally and emotionally. Acknowledging and welcoming anything currently present. Just taking another deep breath in, complete breath out. And as you're ready, this time, bring the hands under the shoulders and press up. And we'll transition into a comfortable seat. So either right there on your heels or you can come sitting cross-legged. We're gonna give ourselves a little bit of a massage. It's a little bit of self-care and proprioception awakening. So bring the right hand towards the left. So if you feel your clavicle here, there is a muscle right under the clavicle that when you massage, so this is that bony area. And then under there, it's usually very tender. So you know when you find them where you're like, ooh. So that muscle is innervated by the same nerves that innervate the diaphragm. So sometimes just connecting to the muscle and softening. You can even, like, as you stretch, move, creating a little twist, gliding the tissues around that muscle, side to side. It's creating space. And when you think about it, sometimes when the front of our chest is very tight, we adopt this position. And that's the physical association to a lot of mental challenges like depression and a lot of introspection or shyness. There is this quality of hugging in. So can you create space? So we create more space for the breath simultaneously. Okay, now this right hand, bring it towards the left shoulder. And you can envision that left, so we're targeting the trapezius here. You could envision you're squeezing the muscle as if it is a sponge, wringing out any tension. And on the exhale, releasing. As you inhale, squeeze as if it is a wet sponge you're wringing out. And exhale, rehydrate. A couple more times. You may choose to close the eyes if that feels okay. Just to drop into that image. Also consider perhaps finding some movement as you inhale, bringing the left shoulder up as you squeeze, and exhale, throwing it back down. You could explore any kind of pattern of movement in that left shoulder. Now sliding the right hand towards the deltoid, so the other side of the shoulder, and squeeze, again sponging that muscle, and release. You could even play with like gliding it side to side as you squeeze. You can even twist, just finding any movement that feels intuitive with that little bit of transverse gliding in that left deltoid. Okay, so now release the right hand and take a moment to notice the difference between your right and the left shoulder, right side of the chest and the left side of the chest. And as you take a deep breath in, notice which lung is expanding the most. Just sensing if there is any little bit of space. Create it. And let's do that on the other side. So the left hand comes towards under the clavicle there. You can wrap that muscle. You can dig in sometimes if you're not feeling much, but it's usually quite tender. You can find any movement that feels in line with that massage, just gliding those tissues side to side. And bringing that left hand on top of the right shoulder and sponging the trapezius muscles, squeezing as you inhale, and on the exhale, releasing. And be gentle with yourself. It doesn't have to be a big action. By using imagery, we allow that mind-body connection. And notice if you would like to add some movement, hiking that right shoulder up as you squeeze and releasing as you lower it down. Bringing the left hand towards the right deltoid there, and squeeze as you inhale, punching that muscle, and exhale. And perhaps finding that little bit of a twist as you glide the hand back and forward on the deltoid. And when you're ready, release. And once more, notice. You can move the shoulders. And now from here, perhaps envision your arms are feathers. Sense the breeze surrounding your body. And with the breath out, reach the arms forward. Now floating the arms up, feeling light and expansive. And with the breath out, lower the hands back down. Breath in, float the arms up, allowing the arms to feel light, and exhale, back down. Invite ease of movement, lightness, floating up and floating down. Okay, this time as you inhale, lengthen the spine and twist to the left. Sorry, the right. And then exhale, pause here. Inhale, lengthen a little bit more, and exhale, perhaps look towards the right shoulder. Notice how that feels in the right side of the neck. On the next breath out, very slowly engage in the abdominals, come back up through center. And on the breath in, take it all the way to the other side, coming into that twist. Exhale, settle. Inhale, lengthen a little bit more. And exhale, look over the left shoulder if that's okay with the neck on this side. On your next breath out, engage the abdominals, coming back through center. Okay, so now leaning back, let's bring the feet right in front of your legs. Okay, and right from there, let's bring the hands. So you notice my wrists are facing this way, but you can also face back if that feels better in the wrist. What we're gonna try to do, flexing the toes, let's gently draw the heels towards you, and notice how that allows the lower back to arch. Can you feel that little action? And now see if you can sustain that, hugging the navel, and perhaps you can keep the hands right there, or you can find a very easy bow pose here. Connecting to the front of the body. So even though we're using these front muscles, can you still breathe into the belly? Can you find an expansive breath even when the body's contracting? And when you're ready, let's come back up into a seat and taking your time to roll over a tabletop. So getting there in a play that feels nice. And the knees hip bone width apart, right under the hips. The hands can be right under the shoulders or a couple of inches forward if that feels better. Do the actions if you want to gently twist the hands out. And notice how that allows external rotation in the shoulders and more space in the front of the chest. As you inhale, coming into cow, little by little, extend the spine, looking up. And on the breath out, scooping the tailbone, little by little, rounding, press the ground away, chin into the chest. As you inhale again, finding that easy wave of movement. As you find cow pose, extend. On the breath out, little by little, round. Chin into the chest is the last thing. Keep moving with your breath, so find your own internal rhythm. Sometimes the more effective practices to reduce stress is to find your own rhythm. We have the rhythm of the breath, the rhythm of the brain waves, rhythm of the heartbeat. So how can you bring all of that in line at your own pace? Notice if there is any other pattern of movement that wants to arise. You might want to explore circling at the hips or side bending, just exploring any kind of organic movement that wants to arise. Connecting to the muscles around the spine, but even the muscles around the rib cage and the shoulders, all synchronized to help you move with ease. And from here, let's come into just a regular tabletop position, neutral spine. And as you inhale, shift back. So the spine is still in extension and you're shifting the hips back. And as you exhale, round the spine, chin into the chest, and gently drop the hips. Again, inhale, extend the spine, shift back. It can be very subtle with just allowing the nerve to glide. Exhale, round, shifting forward. One more time. Inhale, shifting back. And exhale, shift forward. Okay, so now coming into a tabletop position, let's lift the right leg back. So kicking back, imagine like you're pushing a wall with your right heel. So the toes are facing down. And now from here, draw the right knee towards the right elbow and hold and smile. So we're kind of like connecting to the obliques on the right side and the right hip flexors. And now see if very slowly and mindfully you can step the right foot towards the right hand on the outside of the right hand. Getting there in a word that feels okay, and you can bring it in if having it out feels like too much, and pause here. And now remember that action we did of spiraling in cat? Use that on the left hand, spiral the left hand and use that action to twist to the right. You can keep the right hand on the right thigh or you may choose to lift it up. Notice how that feels. And can you expand from your rib cage? Can you expand from your upper torso? Inhale, filling up. Exhale, settle into the hips a little bit more. Option to stay right here for a couple of breaths, embodying the pose, or you may choose to tuck the back toes and squeeze the back leg straight, if that feels okay. Activate the left glute, squeezing the left glute if you're choosing to lift the leg. Can you still breathe deeply into the belly? Notice what area of your body is coming alive for you. Keep the activation in that bottom hand. If your left knee's up, very slowly lower it back down. And when you're ready, let's bring the right hand in line with the left. So now we're gonna try doing a little bit of cat-cow. It's not gonna look the same, but just trying to find movement in the spine in this position. As you inhale, extend. Notice how that feels. And as you exhale, round. Very subtle movement. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. If you choose, you could even close the eyes and sense everything that is gliding, everything that is moving as you flex and extend the spine. Next time you come into extension, reaching the heart forward, come to the fingertips and stretch the right leg, okay? So this is kind of like a funky because the leg was out. Perhaps you could explore staying right here, or you can frame that front foot with both hands. But keep the right toes really active so the right heel is in dorsiflexion, and soften the right knee. We don't want to hyperextend the right knee in this position. And exploring flexion and extension. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, gently round. Keep the back, so keep that breath going with movement. And the back of the leg is somewhat active. It's as if you're trying to dig your right heel down and in, but only at like a 30% effort. So it's not a very aggressive action. Okay, next time you inhale, lengthen. And exhale, let's rebend into that knee. And bringing the hands to a place that can support, bringing the right leg back. And from here, let's find downward facing dog. Before downward facing dog, and again, option to just find child's pose. Let's find that spirally action in the hands, stacking the toes, and very slowly, perhaps lifting the heels. And at first, just keep the knees soft, reaching the heels up. And connect to your tailbone. Can you reach the tailbone towards the sky? Allowing the chest, the front of the ribcage, to melt towards the thighs. If you are in child's pose, allow the chest to melt towards the ground. You may choose to find some movement here. Notice what feels intuitive. And make sure if you're in down dog, your hands are as wide as the shoulders. Sometimes we think that that's very close together. So just explore different positions, perhaps anything that allows the chest to feel softer. Take another deep breath here as you notice the difference between the right and the left leg, the right and the left side of the body. And when you're ready, slowly lower the knees back down if you are in down dog, or come up if you're in child's pose. Good job, everybody. And from here, let's take that to the other side. So this time, kick the left heel back. Imagine that left foot is pressing against the wall. So the toes are down and you're lengthening from the heel backwards. Inhale. And as you exhale, draw the left knee towards the left elbow and hold. Notice how that feels. Can you hug the navel? And sometimes we tend to shift the hips to the right. Can you still keep the pelvis in center and still hold that action? And very slowly, taking your time, step the left foot out on the outer line of the left hand. Okay? And pause here for a moment. Notice how this feels. The side will be different than the other side. So just connecting to the differences, acknowledging how this hip feels in relationship to the first one. And finding a little bit of cat-cows. As you inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, gently round. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, round. Find the amount of movement that feels nourishing. Think of motion as lotion. So making sure that every single inch of movement is lubricating the joint or allowing tissues to glide. And connect to those areas that are experiencing the most tension here. Now, next time you come up into a long spine, ground the right hand, spiraling the right hand out, and use that action to shift the chest towards the left, twist into the left. You can stay right here, or you may choose to lift the left arm, finding ease. If you did so on the other side, you may choose to tuck the back toes and squeeze the back leg straight, activating the right glute. That helps the front of the right hip to lengthen a little bit more. Breathing with ease. Deep inhale into the belly. The inhale spirals the spine a little bit more. The exhale settles you into the shape. And when you're ready, very slowly lower the left hand back and the back knee. And now from here, shift them back. Keep the left heel flexed. You can choose to keep the hands forward, or if your leg was out, you may choose to frame the front leg. Keep the toes reaching towards the kneecaps and the left knee soft. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Exploring movement. So find your own depth. Notice the boundaries of your body without pushing farther than the natural range of motion here. Well, you notice like every round there's a little bit more space. Conditioning tissue to soften and expand. We're teaching the body safely that it is okay to be open and receptive. Next time you inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bend into the front knee. And using the hands to any way that allows ease in the left leg to come back. And again, option child's pose or downward facing dog. Remember to spiral the hands gently. What we want to do if you're in down dog is to create space in the back of the shoulder blades. So we're grounding the hands from the index finger knuckles, spiraling out, but the shoulder blades are spreading apart. Yeah, it's as if the eye of the elbow is tracking forward gently. Wherever you are, can you take 3 deep, mindful breaths? Every inhale, inviting a little bit more expansion. Every exhale, allowing for a little bit more softness and ease. Allow the head to soften a little bit more. One more deep belly breath. And on the breath out, lower the knees back down if you're in child's pose. Or if you're in, if you're in down dog, if you're in child's pose, come up towards tabletop. And this time, let's stand up. So from here, coming into our knees, if that feels okay, you can also choose another way to stand up with ease. But see if you can step one foot forward and the other one. So we end in Tadasana. And for this mountain pose, invitation to step off your mat. They're actually connected. Embodying a tree or a plant. Let's not be a Shrek today. Let's really connect to Tadasana. So imagine here that you have a 30-pound ball in between the thighs and you're trying to hold it, keeping it from falling down. Can you see that activation? Can you feel that activation inside your thighs? So imagine you're holding that 30-pound ball from falling, and extend the arms gently out, shoulder blades hugging towards each other. And now imagine that you have 2 suitcases on each hand, 40 pounds each, and you're really holding those suitcases. Notice what happens to your core, your lower belly when you're doing that. And now imagine you have a 30-pound basket on top of your head. You're trying to balance that, and notice what happens to your spine from the tailbone all the way up. So even though we're just standing, we're standing with strength. We're standing in our own skins, standing for our own convictions. But sometimes we carry more weight than we have to. So can you keep that action of lifting and ease and release the weight? Let go of your suitcases. Softening a little bit into the shape of length. Sense the touch of the sun against your skin. The touch of the breeze. And now if your eyes were closed, gently open them and find a focal point in front of you. Now become aware of your periphery. As you fix your gaze in that bridge to your focal point, inhale, float the arms up. Be mindful of the shoulders and notice with your peripheral vision your arms, and exhale, coming back down. This will help you with balance here. Focal point, but aware of your arms, moving in space. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, float the arms up any way you can get there, and keep the arms up here and listen carefully. Shift the weight to the right hand. Option to bring the palms together if that helps you too, connecting right and left side of the brain. And then bring the left knee forward now, point the toes. Draw the right outer hip in so you're pressing the standing leg down. And this could be all. This could be a very good grounding place to stay. Or you could explore drawing the left knee out. You can either stay here or on floating tree, or consider bringing the foot, using just the muscles either above, below the knees, or toes can come to the ground. So don't put any weight right on the knees. Sometimes keeping the toes on the ground actually becomes a little bit more challenging as you have to press more down the right leg. Notice how that feels, where you feel it. Embodying being a tree here. You could envision roots coming down your feet and lightness on your arms as your branches float on the air. And now very slowly, the arms first, draw them towards heart center. Press them together, thumbs connect to your chest. And then bring that left knee back out, forward, flex the left foot, and release. and shake the right leg. Do you feel that periphery thing helped? Okay, let's try that on the other side. It'll be different. So connect your focal point, aware of the arms. As you inhale, flow them up, and exhale, flow them back down. And if floating the arms out is too much, you can also reach forward and up. Okay, inhale up, exhale down, touch the space with the fingertips. One more time. This time, inhale, reach in, flow the arms up, shift the weight to the left foot, focal point. Inhale, right knee forward and up, point the toes. Hug the left thigh hip and pressing the standing foot on the ground. Perhaps draw the right knee out. An option to stay right here or bring the foot anywhere it lands. Above, below the knees, toes can come to the ground. Strong on that standing leg. Soften your face and have fun with it. Notice if on this side there is any variation or any kind of movement you would like to explore. Both the right and the left side of our bodies are completely different. There is different qualities of energy, different qualities of mobility and stability. And this our left side, is our feminine side. Okay, so when you're ready, very, very slowly, again, the palms come to heart center. Thumbs connect to your sternum. And inhale, reach the right knee out. Bring it forward, flex the right foot, and release. And check that left leg. Okay, so now from here, let's come. What? The spider?
That was a worm.
A wasp?
A worm.
Oh.
I thought it was a dandelion.
The other day I filmed the class and like I'm talking very nicely and suddenly a bee comes into my ear. I'm like, la, 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 la. Oh, it's funny. Okay, one with nature bond.
I was just like, kind of squishy feeling.
Funny. Okay, so let's kind of pose both hips. From here, if you bring the hands to your hip flexors and gently hug the navel, inhale here and exhale, shift the hips back in space. So still my spine is on extension. I'm just bending the knees and shifting back. If I look down, I can see my feet. Do the action of gently drawing the thighs out. So notice what happens when I'm moving the legs. It's just with your hands, the thigh muscles gently come out. Okay, and from there, fold all the way, allowing the hands to come to the ground. So bend the knees as much as you need in order to close the chain on the hands, connecting the hands to the ground. But if that doesn't feel okay, feel free to dangle. Allow the head to soften. And allow your whole body to yield to gravity. This is a great place to inquire what do you need to let go of. Could be in general, could be of something you need to let go of so you can enjoy your weekend. Something you need to let go of so you can be more present for your experience. Invite a little bit more softness in the head, the back of the neck lengthening. Sense the weight of your head as it yields to gravity. And you could explore here, bending one knee at a time. So stretching the opposite leg one at a time, connecting to the back of the legs. It can be very subtle or it can be very deep. Just connecting to your own rhythm. And on the next breath in, let's come into a flat back. So still my knees are soft, my hands are pressing on my thighs, and my shoulder blades are hugging towards each other. Neck is long, hug the navel. And shifting back, let's come into chair pose. So still you can see your toes, hands can press, or option to reach the arms up if that's okay on the shoulder and it doesn't put too much load in the lower back. Notice what you wish to focus. Sometimes to work more on leg and stability, the hands are better down. Bring awareness to the feet and see if you can do the action of drawing the feet apart, connecting to the outer lines of your legs. Hugging the navel. And now listen carefully, we're gonna transition towards a high lunge. So shift the weight to your right foot. Lifting the left foot, now kick the left foot back. Very slowly ground the back toes. Know that you can lower the left knee right away, or you can squeeze the left leg straight. So either high lunge or low lunge. Right knee is hugging out. You can again connect to that action of drawing the thigh muscles out. Hug the navel and perhaps inhale, reaching the arms up if they weren't already, and exhale, side bend to the right. Option to bring the right hand to the left wrist, or you can even explore the left forearm. When you hold on the left forearm, it's a different quality of stretch for your fascia, your connective tissue. So notice how that feels. Find stability in the lower belly, and the knees not tracking past the toes. Squeeze the left glute just for a little bit more softness in the front of the left hip. Stability in the pelvis. Deep inhale. Complete exhale. Press the front foot on the ground to come back up towards center. Both arms reach up. And exhale, hands through her center, lean forward. Very slowly again, transition into chair pose. So you have to use that standing leg to move with ease. Deep breath in, complete breath out. Okay, shifting weight to the left side. And right knee comes in, and very slowly step the right foot back. You notice this leg will be different. So again, you may choose to keep the right knee back. Okay, front leg straight, perhaps inhale, flow the arms up if it feels okay on this side, and exhale, side bend to the left. Left hand can come to the wrist, or again to the forearm as you side bend, shortening the left side waist. Engage the right glute, you're still long in the spine, the left knee striking out slightly. Breathe. And from here, slowly coming back up through center. Hands can come back to your chest, lean forward and step the right foot to meet the left, and again coming back into Uttanasana forward fold. Once more, soften here. Allow the head to soften. And when you're ready, we're going to roll back up. So bend the knees a lot, coming through again like a flat back. Press the hands on the thighs to draw shoulder blades towards each other, and lead in with the crown of the head. Draw the feet apart to come up. Okay, hands can come behind you and draw shoulder blades towards each other. Breathing into that space we created at the beginning of class. Those little muscles we massaged, can you breathe into them? Notice how the back of the shoulder blades feel. If you can feel your heartbeat as well. Okay, so release that. We're going to transition to our back, so option to just get there again, or we can move through a toe balance and into bridge pose and then on our back. Not bridge, boat pose and then on our backs, okay? Or you can get to your backs. So for a toe balance, perhaps floating the arms up, lift the heels. So feel your whole body light in space, and as you breathe out, your body becomes heavier and heavier. The knees bent, but still the arms are at ease and floaty. You can come as low as it feels okay. And then gracefully, you could try reaching the arms forward, grounding the heels, and sound effect. Remember that action we did at the beginning when we kept the length? So the legs don't have to be all the way up. They can be bent. You can even keep the heels down if that gives you more length in the spine. Everything we do, we're working the spine. In yoga, we say we are as old as the health of our spine. So every time you do something, make sure that it's serving your spine. And I'm just talking to keep you here, but a good point. Okay, so now low boat. Perhaps use your belly, engage your core, and resist gravity as you very, very slowly. You can keep the shin gently into the chest. Stretch the legs. Notice what's quivering and shaking. Keep breathing and smile. And make it all the way down. Bend the knees, and right away we're gonna move into an easy bridge pose, dynamic bridge pose. So with the knees bent, ground the upper arms, bending at the elbows, fingertips reaching up, and do the action of drawing the shoulders towards each other so the chest is puffed. And then press the feet. Notice how it will feel to lift the heels, and on the inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Look at that beautiful sky. Exhale, coming back down. So move with your own breath, just like cat-cows, but here on supine, and just targeting more of the hamstrings and the glutes. Exhale, coming back down. Keep that going for a few more breaths. And it does not need to be very high. Again, we're exploring range of motion. An invitation here, if you would like to try making it a little bit of asymmetric, you could explore lifting one leg up at the time into one-legged bridge. You could explore lifting one heel, keeping the opposite foot grounded, sensing the difference. Just exploring anything intuitively your body wants to explore. If at any point you would like to hold it, feel free to do that too. If you are doing asymmetric, just make sure that the knees are still in line with each other, in line with the hips. And also notice the difference from side to side. What side feels more stable? What side is struggling more? And if you're doing asymmetric, make it even. So when ready, you can come back down, all the way down. And let's bring the right knee into the chest. Give the right knee a nice hug. Option to stretch the left leg or keep it bent for now. Okay? And then see if you can hug the right knee as close towards you as you can. And if you can, let go of the hands and sustain that position. Notice how much effort it requires. Flex the right foot. And now bend the left knee and actively bring the right foot on top of the left thigh. So into our supine pigeon. And don't use the hands just yet. See if you can draw both legs towards you, allowing the right knee to track out, the left thigh to come closer towards you, just using your muscles. Also know that you can keep the left foot down if that feels better. And now from here, you can get a hold of the back of the left thigh. But see if you can find the action of pressing the ankle and thigh against each other. Shift the weight of your body like an inch or two towards the left. It's just the weight. So if you want to drop the body towards the left, but just like an inch or two. It changes the angle of the stretch. Also see if it feels nice here, you could choose to roll side to side, if that feels okay. And now, notice where your legs are in space and see if you can keep them right there and let go of the hands. And very slowly, control, lower that left foot back down. Bring the right knee back into the chest. Give it a nice gentle hug. You may choose to stretch into the left leg too, if that feels okay. And from here, changing sides. So left knee into the chest and the right leg can stretch, or you can keep it bent. You know where we're going. And hug the left knee as close towards you as you can and see if now you can let go of the hand but sustain that. Draw the left knee out, so external rotating. Flex the left ankle and bend into the right knee. Bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Active supine figure 4. On the opposite side, so the other side. Yeah. Okay? And now the left ankle is really active. You want the toes to be reaching towards kneecaps. That will protect the knees. And bring the legs as close towards you as you can if you're choosing to lift them using just the muscles, and then get a hold of the back of the right thigh. Making sure there is no feedback whatsoever in the left knee and reaching those toes out. So you want to engage the outer edge of your left foot, as if the outer arch are reaching towards the kneecaps too. Shift the weight towards the right, like an inch or two, changing the angle stretch. And notice the difference from this side compared to the other side. For a lot of people, this side has more mobility. If you think of the energetic quality, again, it's that feminine lunar energy on the left side. So sometimes that means more space or fluidity in range of motion. For some people, it's the opposite. So just notice for yourself. If you like on this side to find some sort of movement side to side, you can choose to do that too. And now, notice where your legs are in space. And very slowly, see if you can release the hands, keeping the legs where they are. Notice what engages to hold the legs here. And in control, lower the right foot back down. Draw the left knee into the chest. Give it another nice hug. You could stretch into the right leg as well, if that feels okay here on the right hip flexors. And now draw the right knee into the chest as well. So both knees are into the chest, hip bone width apart. You may choose to point and flex the ankle. And notice how that changes the quality of tension of the hip flexors. Also, perhaps on the inhale, draw the knees forward. And on the exhale, draw the knees in. So just very subtle movement. You can also explore circling the knees. Any kind of movement here that invites softness in the lower back and the hip flexors. And from here, when you're ready, let's spread the legs. So find the Shavasana, or if there is anything else you feel you need before our final pose, you can take 20 seconds to explore that. Whenever you're ready to drop into our final resting Shavasana, the legs can be a little bit wider than the hips. You may also choose to keep the knees bent, feet grounded, and the knees can drop towards each other if that feels better in the lower back. And notice where your arms want to be. Notice where your shoulder blades are in relationship to the ground. And take a moment to notice the difference between the right shoulder blade and the left shoulder blade. Is there any of your shoulder blades more grounded than the other? The right arm and the left arm. Is there any of your arm that is heavier than the other? Right side of your pelvis, the left side of your pelvis. Notice if there is any other side of the pelvis that feels a little bit more grounded. Sense the difference in density in your legs, the right and the left leg. Noticing which one feels heavier. Now sense your whole body. Allow it to yield to gravity. You could envision your body as a mass of honey melting into the ground, softening with the sunlight. Bring awareness to your jaw, soften your jaw. Soften your lips, your eyes, your forehead. Allow your entire face to become an expression of relaxation. Perhaps finding an inner smile for yourself. Sense the space surrounding your body. Allowing your awareness to expand beyond the boundaries of your skin, outwards into the environment. And mentally repeat to yourself, I am relaxed. I am relaxed. I am relaxed. Connect to your throat and find a little swallow and relax a little bit more. Bring awareness back into your body and deepen your breath. Once more, connect into the diaphragm with the breath in, inviting expansion in the belly, rib cage. With the breath out, inviting softness. Reconnect to the space around you as you slowly wiggle your toes, your fingers. Wiggle your lips. Squinch your nose. You can flutter your tongue. And move the head side to side very slowly. Bend into the knees, allowing the feet to connect to the ground, and windshield wiper the knee side to side. And now take a moment to bring one hand to the nose, block the right nostril and the left, and notice which nostril is dominant. Like which nostril feels the more air flowing in and out of it. And that side that is dominant, reach that arm up behind you, overhead, and roll over towards that side of your body. And pause there for a couple of moments, making a little pillow with the hands, breathing in and out. And to transition back up, you may choose to use that top hand to press your body off the ground, leading with the back of the heart, or you can use your core just to shift yourself up. Yeah. Coming into sitting, do you notice one nostril dominant? So what we're going to do is block the one that is dominant and trying to breathe in and out the one that it was less dominant. just to try to balance things out. Okay, so just for a couple of rounds, and it's like blocking the very bottom of the nostril. We don't want to smash the nose. So very subtle, and inhaling in and out. As you do this, connecting to full rounds of breath, really noticing the breath in from beginning all the way to the top, that pause, and the breath all the way out to the bottom and the pause. Give your breath all of your attention. And when you're ready, releasing the hand and inhale through both nostrils, cleansing breath, sigh it all out with the sound ha. 2 more times. Bring the palms to press our heart center. You can wrap the hands. Connect the hands to the chest. And we'll close with a loving kindness meditation and followed by a serenity prayer. So perhaps whisper to yourself, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I find the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Strength to change the things that I can. And the wisdom to know the difference. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live life in peace. Bow your head towards your heart. Thank yourself for everything you are, everything you do, and everything you bring into this world. And namaste. I thank you for coming and taking this time for yourself. I hope you have a lovely, wonderful weekend and a lot of sun tanning.
Oh, your steps. Weirdo.